went up to level 3. I saw like a shadow, but I don't want to say a shadow because it's at night, so I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like walking past that hallway.
Hi guys, we are now recording episode 15. This is the second episode for Spoopy season, and today we have a special guest.
Not a guest he just returned from
Yeah.
just come kacau only.
Zaki's return.
Yep. Hey, we both live in Jurong for
Yeah.
all of our life, no. And then suddenly Amir said, hey, there's a haunted story, ghost story around the street 42, around the 500 plus area. Like, huh? God man, and me and him was like, hey, you sure not, Amir? Then we just came here. Let's see what he got for us. Let's see what he got for us.
Everybody got goosebumps already, you can feel.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be sitting here, this chair, and we're gonna set the camera down here, and we'll be telling you the story live. Well, this is our view. So if like not enough to scare ourselves, right? Then
A papaya tree. Papaya tree.
alright, enjoy the story. We have a collection of 3 stories, and these 3 stories are titled Nightmare in My Neighborhood.
Let's get right into it.
Alright, let's get into it. So these stories are compiled off from the internet. It's a collection of stories that are on the internet, and we are telling them live to you. So this is the first story, and the story is contributed by Muhammad. I want to tell you a story that happened to me. This happened in 2001 Deepavali, when I was sitting with my school friends celebrating at my Indian friend's house. After 11:15 p.m, we all dispersed because some lived far away. So I and a couple of friends decided to chat under his block in Sengkang because there's no school tomorrow. During a chat, one of my friends called my mobile phone and said that the MRT he was travelling on had ended at Jurong West MRT station, and that my friend was staying at Boon Lay. Without delay, I told the rest of my friends that I had to go there to help this friend of mine. He was stuck on the way home, so I started the engine of my Vespa scooter and went straight to Jurong West. When I got there, I saw my friend sitting at a bus stop in Jurong West. The time I remember was exactly 12:35 a.m. Without wasting any time, I sent him to Boon Lay. When I got to the bottom of the block, I took a break while chatting with him. While chatting, I asked my friend which shortcut to go to make my way home easier. He said, "Mat, when you get out of my place, you'll see Jurong Point. There's a traffic light nearby. When you see the traffic light, you turn right and go straight through AYE." I carefully followed my friend's instruction. After smoking a cigarette, I put it out because the journey home was long and my body was tired. While riding the Vespa and following my friend's instructions, I finally met the road he was referring to. Upon arrival at the traffic light junction, I went into the lane and I saw that the place had not been properly worked out. There was still a lot of construction conducted there. The road is dark because the lights, they are quite far apart from each other. There are also old bus stops that were temporarily placed before the new ones. On the way, I saw a bus stop on my left, and it was 75 meters away. And at the bus stop, there were many sacks of cement lying on the seats. But there's one sack that I noticed to be suspicious. It is located next to the center of the seat at that bus stop. When approaching the bus stop with a distance of 10 meters, with my eyes staring at the bus stop because I want to know why the sack was oddly placed, but to my surprise, the outline seemed to be more human. A human wrapped up in a sack, a pocong. At first, I didn't believe it. But after seeing the knot on his head, it made me sure that it was indeed a pocong. Terror invaded my body. I continued to squeeze my motor oil without further delay and carry myself as fast as possible without looking in the mirror on the side until I even beat the red light. Finally, when I arrived at AYE, I felt relieved because there were still a lot of traffic vehicles there, and when I would check the back of my bike for a freeloader, thank God nothing was there. So that was story number 1.
There's a saying that goes, if you're riding a bicycle or motorcycle, then if you saw something quite out of the ordinary while driving or riding, something will actually be your pillion or be your rider or whoever in that vehicle that you're going. So I don't know. So that's the end of the story. Nothing else. Like when he got home.
No, nothing. It's
quite a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and it's in 2001.
2001.
If it's now, maybe we won't be scared. Maybe we'll take TikTok with the pocong. 2001, bro. 2001.
Adrian is the kind of person who will kena first one because he said this kind of thing.
Some people would stun.
Yeah, that's usually the first reaction. They will stop there and they stun and think about, what the fuck was that?
As long as you stun, but you don't go stun, you know.
Anyway, that one
crazy already. You think funny? Okay, next story.
Alright. I still remember when my office phone rang. My wife was on the line saying that she spotted a Mansionette in the Straits Times, and it was in Jurong West, Street 42, Block XXX, and the price was too attractive. So we arranged a viewing with the agent and bought it on the spot. A little bit of history I'm going to mention so that if you came across a similar case, do consider carefully. When we viewed the flat, we found that it was renovated extensively, and we were told that the owner only stayed for a short while and moved out. When their rented shop unit from the HDB arrived, they moved in to stay in the upstairs unit. Indeed, we did found it, and it was true when we went over to the shop to place a deposit and sign the sale and purchase agreement. But we found out later that the owner had the shop all along, and they moved out for some reasons. As the owner had bought the flats from the HDB direct, they can't sell the flat yet due to the 5-year rule. So they moved out to a rented flat and later rented a shop unit. I came to know from the neighbors later that more than 10 families had came and went during this time. So please check with the surrounding neighborhoods before you purchase a flat, which I now learn. So this happened during my 2.5 years there. On the first occurrence, as you know, Mansionettes go 2 levels. All the rooms are upstairs. As I was watching TV in the hall, I used to see several times a black shadow darting at the stairs. On the second occasion, one night after watching TV alone, I think it was about 2 a.m. and I was walking past the stair to go upstairs to sleep. I heard a voice, very clear, calling me, "Papa." Once and instinctively I turned my head to my left where the voice came from. My whole body went cold when there was nothing there at all. My wife and only daughter were sleeping soundly upstairs. On the third occasion, it was in the afternoon. My wife was washing her hair in the toilet upstairs. As she was sitting on the stool bending forward, holding the shower above her head, washing her hair, suddenly she felt that someone gave her a hard push above her head. She was unable to see at that time because her eyes was covered with shampoo. Then immediately she opened her eyes and called out to my daughter, she found that my daughter was indeed downstairs playing in the hall all the time. On the fourth occasion, which was rather spooky, it was when a new neighbor moved in next door, and when they came over to get to know us, my wife was at the gate chatting with them, and my daughter and I was watching TV in the hall. The next evening after dinner in the hawker center, we met them in the lift. Then, during our conversation, they mentioned, "Where is your boy?" We told them that we only have got a daughter, but they insisted that they saw themselves. My daughter in the hall watching TV, and there was a boy at the staircase playing, and he was about 5 years old. Both husband and wife saw that. On the fifth and last occasion, there was one evening at about 10 p.m. I was having my bath upstairs. Then when I turned to face the wall behind me, I got shocked. There was a transparent figure, like a human. I'm not sure if it was man or woman. It moved from one wall to another. I was shaking like a leaf, and naturally used the hot water and spray to that direction. Nothing happened at all, so I quickly rushed out. The final straw that made us move out of the private apartment was during the night when we were sleeping in our locked master bedroom. We always heard noises like someone twisting our room handle and trying to open the door. I did check many times to no avail, but one evening after watching TV, we all went upstairs to sleep. As we entered our master room, I wanted to switch on the TV in the room to continue watching the program. We all got a shock. There was a pair of deep lighted, shining blue eyes on the TV screen. The TV was not even switched on. Just to make sure it is not a fault, I even pulled out the plug from the socket, but the pair of eyes was still there. So all of us rushed to the second guest room and locked ourselves inside. Both my wife and daughter are crying. I was also shivering, but had to put up with a brave front. While they fall asleep later, I stayed up till morning, and we moved that same morning.
Okay, this is pretty scary.
That's a story.
It's a haunted house.
Yeah.
First of all, there are many red flags.
Yeah.
You bought a Mansionette for an attractive price. And there were many different owners.
There were 10 owners
in a short period of time.
Okay, do you guys have any experience in your own comfort of your house? I have. The only reason, okay, I used to live in another flat in Jurong. So the reason why I left my previous house was because my mom, I'm not too sure, I was still in secondary school, saw something while she was unlocking the front door. My previous house was quite big. It's a 5-room a flat. So it connected from it was connected from the living room all the way straight to the kitchen.
Right.
So my mom, when she opened the door, she saw a black figure run past from the living room to the kitchen. So she was shocked. So because my mom is a housewife, so after she sent us home, she never went back because she's alone. Because everybody like working, schooling. So she went out, like just walk around, go shop, go buy groceries, and waited for us under the block for us to reach home. So I was like curious. So until like recently, maybe like 2 to 3 years ago, then my mom broke the news that the reason why we left is because my mom saw something and it was scary, and my mom don't want to talk about it anymore.
Alright, so we have the third story.
It's the final one.
Yeah, we actually got 2 bonus ones. They are very short lah. That's why they're bonus.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the third story, then we get into that.
Alright.
Hi guys, I just want to ask if the new Jurong Secondary School is haunted, as I'm attending night classes there with one of my friends. And the classes always start at 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. And during my first lesson after class, which was 10:10 p.m., The both of us went to the ladies located on the first level. And as we went in, my friend totally kept her mouth shut. And she asked me if I did hear anything, and I told her nope, I didn't, and asked her what was wrong. She said nothing, and she would tell me about it after they leave from the toilet, but insisted that she tell me what she heard, and she refused. So I gave up and went to wash my hands and went to the middle cubicle after finishing, and I came out from the cubicle and went to wash my hands again, and as I was making my hair, I heard a woman laughing beside my ears, right next to my ears. The hair on my hand stood up, and I looked at my friend through the mirror. She had no reaction at all, so I brushed it off, thinking that it might be that I was too tired. And for a second time I was doing my hair, I heard the woman breathing and laughing out loud beside my ears. And I immediately screamed and pushed my friend to the door. She was so shook and did not want to open the door. And of course I broke down in tears and begged her to open the door. She thought that I was joking, and as soon as she opened the door, I ran outside. In front of the door stood two teachers, and she asked us if we did see or hear anything, and we said no to that. And by what they told us, it made our hair stand. He said, if we see anything, make sure that we tell him, and we brush it off by saying that we will, and we try, and we wanted to make a move first. And while I was walking, I asked my friend what she actually heard when we first went in. She said she heard a woman laughing, giggling, and that was exactly what I heard. From then onwards, the toilet to the ladies is kept open always. So we have like two bonus stories.
Okay.
Now. They're really short lah, so we will go through them really quickly.
It's also in the Jurong area lah.
Yeah. It's
Okay, let's get it.
Yeah, this is the team. We stick to the team, okay? So this one is really short. Let's get into it. Bonus story.
Let's go.
While I was going back home from work, I reached Jurong when the last train was about to end. I waited for the bus as usual, and I made my way home. Today of all days felt different. I'm not sure if it's because I was extremely tired or that I'm maybe feeling sick. I pressed the lift button and made my way up, but as the doors opened, something just felt off. I exited the door and I heard a child giggling, and then it was followed by a very soft spoken voice. Play with me. And then he called out again. Play with me. I quickly and hurriedly made my way to the door and frantically took out my keys. I just wanted to get home, but it felt like the voice was getting closer. Play with me. I was finishing my shift for the day. Driving a taxi for the whole day is exhausting, and I can't wait to get back to my wife and eat my dinner. I drove my car into the car park as per usual. I decided to stay in the car for a moment so that I can settle the messages I have on my phone. But from the view in front of me, I saw something hurriedly dashed across. I looked up and looked at the windscreen, and there was nothing there. And then from the rearview mirror, I saw something dash past. I looked back again, and there was nothing there. The next thing I knew, there was light tapping on the top of my car. I didn't dare leave my car, so I called my wife. I told her to look out the window and asked her if there was anybody around the car. She looked out and she saw nothing. So I hurriedly left my taxi and went up. I didn't want to think about it, so I washed myself down and I wanted to take my dinner. But looking out the kitchen window, I did see something sitting on top of my taxi. Guys, so these are the collection of stories for today's Jurong West Avenue 42 collection, and I hope you guys enjoy yourself.
Yep, Zaki, should we move out of Jurong?
I think Jurong is still the best.
I think you guys can come over to the east side, best side, che.
Best side.
All sides the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a very nice story. Thanks, Amiru.
No problem. Look forward to the next collection of stories that we have ready for you. Zaki will be the one to prepare this for you guys. Do check out our socials. So we have, if you want to check out the POV and stuff of the place, and we're moving about, right? You can check it out on our YouTube page.
Yes, we have a YouTube channel already.
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel. It's new, but it's still, it's growing.
Just search You Okay or Not podcast on YouTube, then you can find our channel already.
Yeah. Actually, you type You Okay or Not, then it will just pop up already.
Yeah, because it's very unique at this name. Who put You Okay or Not?
Best game. Alright.
See you guys
next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Incredible deals, what the hell?